I got a question for you guys. Do you think he should be the American League MVP?
Clearly. Is this a debate?
Yes, it's a very active debate actually.
It's annoying to me that it's a debate. Some things we just overthink. Like we talked about this. Let me tell you what the Yankees are offensively in the second half this season. Let me give you the slash lines, as you dorks would call it. All right. 221, 300, 374. That's an OPS of 674. They have hit 53 home runs. All right. It's the second half. That's the entire club. Aaron Judge is slashing 343, 484, 829, 1313 OPS. That's the second half. So, and the first numbers, by the way, that includes Aaron Judge. All right. That includes Aaron Judge for the full Yankees. So, 13 OPS by himself. He's got 21 bombs by himself in the second half.
That's crazy. What's his ERA?
Got his ass. Got him.
Woo!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
I appreciate the heck out of Aaron Judge's season. As I am on record, I will stake my flag there. Like I think he's really good. I think he's a neat baseball player. Ohtani is breaking everything, and I don't want to get into a position where if he's got 150 innings, a 4 ERA, and he's got an 800 OPS, then I'm still mashing his WAR together and saying, well, he's doing the job of two players, and that's very special. And I think, if you look at the WAR, I don't want to do that. But when he's going the way he's going, he's got a 900 OPS. He's getting outs. He's getting strikeouts. He is comparable in every WAR way, if you want to look at it, to Aaron Judge. I don't know. I think when he's a top tier hitter and a top tier pitcher, I don't see how you give it to anyone else.
If he's comparable to Judge, as far as what the statistics say, then
Mark,
if it's a 50-50, if it's a coin flip, then obviously the one on the better club that is doing it in the context that they are doing it should get the benefit of the doubt there, no? I mean,
Mark,
I have looked at numbers. Are they comparable?
Mark, he pitches. Like, look, I cannot believe I ended up on this side of the argument.
Well, I can't believe I'm ending up on this side of the argument because, like, my brother's going to hear this in the Bay Area and go, look at you. You've been warped. This East Coast bias bullshit. It's finally happened to you. All right? Like, this is the shit I've been hearing from him for like 20 years. It's going to happen, dude. You moved out there. You're going to have this East Coast bias, and look at me. I'm over here, like, taking the side of the Yankee player over Shohei Ohtani, who was amazing. No doubt about it.
Yeah, okay. So, thank God I stopped voting for this crap. So I can just...
There it is. Too cool for school.
Yes. Yeah, I don't need I don't need psychos from Anaheim or New York yelling at me for whoever I vote for. No, I don't need that in my life. I also don't care. But, like, it's the sort of the I guess problem is a weird way of phrasing it, but the sort of dilemma with Shohei Ohtani, essentially when it comes to the MVP award, is that every year he does both, he's probably the MVP because he's the only person doing it at such a high level. And I look at the WARs. I think Judge is actually ahead in WAR right now. I'd have to tote it up. So, like, okay, that's one sort of objective way of doing it. If you are doing it from a subjective narrative stance, obviously Judge has been like the star of the season. He's been the centerpiece of the season. I think that is kind of a flawed way of doing it. It should go to the guy who has the best season. Probably, not the one who has the most narratively interesting. I think that's a kind of an unfair way of doing it. So the problem is it's sort of like with Albert Pujols in the 2000s, or, like Barry Bonds won like 7 MVPs, and looking back, he probably should have won like 12. Pujols won, I think, 4, maybe 3, and he probably should have won 8, Clayton Kershaw left a couple Cy Youngs on the table because there was narrative choices. So it's just kind of like every year Ohtani is doing this. He kind of has to be the MVP because he's doing something that hasn't been done since Babe Ruth. I just don't like he pitches. He's gonna throw like 160 innings of like 2.5 ERA while hitting 30 home runs. That like how do you You're shaking your head as if
I am.
like
This
you,
is
you look like
nonsense.
me in 2018
This
when I'm
is
like, wow, you
nonsense.
can't.
No,
It's not nonsense.
It
Grant.
is. It is nonsense, man. If the WAR numbers are close, as you're saying that they are, then, and I've always said this about MVP voting, or even when I voted for the awards, I'm too cool for school to do it now. But when I used to vote for it, all right, I always said, yes, you need to like factor in these numbers that are more objective than the narrative nonsense that people have done it with in the past. All right, I get that. But when they're close, like they are in this case, apparently, then I think the other stuff does come into play. All right, now it does matter what context this is being done in. Aaron Judge is saving his team's season, and Shohei Ohtani's putting on an exhibition. All right? It's an exhibition at this point. His entire second half are exhibition games. Nobody cares. There is nothing at stake. Nothing. Like, it's crazy to me that this is even close.
I'll push
sorry.
all the way back on that. I'll push all the way back. There is a lot. He is preventing existential dread. There is like, if you're an Angels fan, man, and you've waited all off season, you had hopes for the Angels, you had dreams, and then you're all covered in Angels now, and you're like, oh God, it happened again. Ohtani is the guy who's keeping you into baseball, and he's a gift. Every start, every at-bat is a gift, reminding you, Angels fan, why you love this game. And it is kind of an exhibition, like you're saying, as far as postseason purposes, but there's value to that. It's not all about winning the division, winning the third wild card or whatever. There is value into being a shining beacon on a ghastly team and preventing that existential dread.
Dude, totally. There is value to that, but like you can't, not when they're close, not when like when you got two guys that are producing objectively at roughly the same level. Like if Shohei Ohtani were
based on a made up algorithm that we don't know if it's real. No offense to Sean Foreman and whoever works at
he took a shot.
Whoever runs
he took a shot at Fangraphs. Unbelievable.
No, I love Fangraphs.
Unbelievable. What year is this?
I think I'm banned from effectively. I will. I just want to be clear, as you know, Mark drinks coffee, which he definitely needs. If I was voting, I would vote for Judge. But I think what Mark's saying, like it shouldn't be close, or how is this a debate? I mean, they're both 8-win players and 1 pitches and hits. Like it's good. That's what I'm saying with Ohtani. Every year, if he continues to do this, and we don't know how much longer he can, but every single year we're going to be having this. It's like having the Trout Cabrera debate, only it's the same thing as saying like, oh, how can Trout be the MVP? He's been playing exhibitions in the second half, like, well, is it the best player award or is it the most valuable player award? And it's like, it's the same. It's just Ohtani's going to be here every year if he continues to do this, because he's a freak. No one else can do this.
I just put something together. The Angels have had Mike Trout, and now they have Shohei Ohtani, but they've never been really good. Isn't that weird?
Man, yeah.
You gotta save that for KNBR.
Yes, sorry. I'll bang those numbers.
Can I just say, like, Shohei Ohtani is wonderful. He is amazing to watch. What he's doing every single night is special. We may never see it again. We will likely never see it again. And yes, we ought to appreciate it. I just want to say that because what I hate about these quote unquote stupid ass debates, not when I put quotes around that, no, they are stupid ass debates, is that you end up denigrating great players.
Right.
And I'm not going to do that, man. I am not going to do that. All right. Shohei Ohtani is unbelievable. Like he like you said, he breaks the model with which we try to understand this freaking game. And I respect the hell out of it. It's amazing. It is can't miss stuff. All right. If I can watch it, I will watch it. It is great. I just have a real hard time when two players are close, like Ohtani and Judge are, saying that the guy playing for zero stakes should be recognized with an MVP. And like, I look at an MVP less about most outstanding player. I think part of it too is like, who do you want to recognize? And what Judge is doing every night when everybody else around him has disappeared is insane. And then, by the way, So we talked about this earlier, when he's hitting home runs, to be that far ahead of his peers is and then on top of that, the context, I think it's insane. And like, that's somebody I want to recognize just a little bit more, I guess. I guess that's the way to say it. But yes, Otani's awesome. Okay. Like, that's the worst part about these, right? Is that you end up pissing all over a great player, and I'm not going to do that. That's stupid.